wouldn't love a beautiful bedroom filled with the latest dreamy design trends?
Yeah, but the only problem is, as soon as you turn around, it goes out of fashion and it's on to the next big thing. I mean, I still go out wearing flares.
They're actually back in fashion.
Oh, there we go.
But we are here to prove that you can use the trends whilst also creating a timeless look.
Only you lost filtered reality or social envy.
Wow, so this is the room. I thought you said we're doing a bedroom. It looks like more like a music room.
Well, it might not look like a bedroom right now, but by the time we're finished, it's going to be the most beautiful sanctuary. But as you can see, the owners have been using it for a little bit of everything, so I think we've got our work cut out for us.
Definitely. I think everyone can relate to one of these rooms. Now, do you want me to play you a little bit of a beat, or...?
No, I think we just need to get onto it.
Oh, we're going to get onto it? Okay. We throwing this one out?
No, I reckon I can do something with this.
Exciting. I'll tell you what, Juliet, for a spare room, this is actually a good-sized room, and the walls, they're solid as, being brick all the way around.
Absolutely. So what I'm thinking is put the bed up against this wall,
Yeah.
and I'd love you to help me create a bed head come shelf the whole way along this wall, maybe clad it in some shiplap. I've pulled together some really beautiful colours and textures, sort of like a mood board to create a story in here, because what we want is a timeless, sophisticated feel.
Yeah, does that mean that I'm starting on this?
Yes, please.
I'm going to get to work. To create that step out, I'm just using this non-structural pine to build my frame. Once I put it up against the wall, that will give me a nice ledge to sit the shelf on that Juliet wanted. The first thing I need to do is cut this to size.
I'm coming at you like it's Halloween. Yeah, I'm coming full force.
With everything cut, now I'm going to make two simple ladder frames. Each one will be 1,800 long. I decided to cut it in half, that way it's easy to install in the bedroom. To fix the frame off, I'll be using some orange plugs and bugle screws. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind with these old houses, the floor's probably out of level, so before I do that, I'll just level up the frame and we can fix it to the wall.
And here we go again, as you fall for the pieces broken on the floor.
With the frame in place, I can now fix off this top shelf. For that, I'm just using some spotted gum decking board. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and I'll be putting the screws from underneath. That way, we see no fixings on top. The plan with this wall is to have the shiplap underneath, but we're also going to be putting it above the shelf. That means I need to mount these battens on the wall so our timbers can run up and down. We're ready to get these shiplap boards on, but one thing I need to remember is to run this yellow tongue because we want to have lights each side. So I have a Sparky, which is an electrician, and he'll be able to use it as a draw wire, and he'll be happy with me for leaving this in the cavity. To put on these boards, I'm going to be using some glue and a pin gun to hold it in place. Now, the reason why we got our frame level and we put our top shelf on is because we're going to work everything off this. So I'll put a 3mm packer underneath, and now I know I can just jam hard up against it and work my way along. I'm starting from a centre because that way I have an even rip each side.
Adam, how good is this? You have outdone yourself.
Yeah, it's worked out fantastic. I'm loving this feature wall. It's actually a great cost-effective way to get such an impact.
It's brilliant. Looks so good. I love it.
Yeah, now, look, I've got it all taped up. I've filled up the nail holes. It's all sanded. There's only one thing that's going to make this look better, and that is...
Paint, and I've got it right here. I've also got your brush.
And that is definitely my cue to go.
No, where are you going, Adam? No,
plenty more to do.
Get back here. Adam! Shocker. It's just like Charlie. And for Adam's shiplap wall, I'm using 2 colours from Porter's paints, which really complement each other. The trick when you're painting shiplap is just to use an angled brush within the grooves and then get a roller to go over the centre. Choosing the right paint colours can be pretty stressful, but the colours I've chosen here are from the Capsule collection, which is a specially curated range which takes all the hard work out of it because they've all been designed to work perfectly together. On the bottom here I've used a colour called Gunmetal Grey, and on the top here I'm using dark Newport Blue. They add a whole lot of depth and character to the room and work absolutely beautifully together. This colour is called Popcorn and it is the perfect neutral for this bedroom. I'm using it in an eggshell finish, which is really elegant and timeless, and it's perfect for a bedroom because it's low odour. Scented? Looks scented to me. That's it. Adam and I have been working on creating a timeless bedroom sanctuary in here. We're bringing in some furniture. We've just started with the bed here. And now, what I'd love is for you to help me with some bedside tables.
Oh, just to carry them in?
Yeah, a little bit more help than that. You can work some magic like you always do, like you have here.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking some floating bedside tables would be great.
Oh, I can definitely work with that.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of space in this room, so I thought if they're floating, you know, it gives that illusion of more space in here.
Beautiful. Leave it with me.
Cool, thank you.
To make these floating bedsides, I'm just using standard off-the-shelf timber panels. Now, these come in all different sizes and thicknesses. I've cut all this up to size. For the design, we're just going for a square box with a drawer up the top. Now, to put it together, the tip is to use some bullet head nails. That way, you have minimal fixings and it's easy to fill the holes, and that gives you a nice, clean finish. For the drawer, I've just got some dressed pine cut up. I'm going to be gluing it and screwing it together into a simple rectangle, and for the base, I'll be using this plywood. For the drawer runners, these are just standard off-the-shelf ones. Basically, this side is going to get attached inside our cabinet, and the thinner part will get attached to our drawer. Beautiful. Now, you'll notice that I've got some double-sided tape on here. This is a good little tip. Because we're inserting our drawer face, what I've done is I've made these little packers. I'm going to push up to the top. Then, when I've got the gap even on both sides and I'm happy, I can simply just push against that drawer. That holds our face in place. We pull it out and permanently fix it off. How good does that look? Now, all it needs is a stain.
You'll remember this table from when we cleared out the room. Now, traditionally this would have been a hall table, but I'm going to use it as a desk in the bedroom because it's really slimline, so it'll fit perfectly, but it'll also provide some space to sit and do some work. Now, I love some of the details here, like this really practical drawer. The turned legs are gorgeous, but this really ornate piece of timber at the back isn't going to work, so I've removed it. I'm also going to get rid of this brown and turn it into a gorgeous, modern charcoal chalk paint. The first thing I need to do is just give it a sand back. Another benefit of using this chalk paint is that I didn't have to sand it all the way back to the raw timber. And I've chosen this beautiful deep grey to tie in with the other classic colours we've got in the room. For the final step in the process, I'm just going to use some clear furniture wax and I'm going to apply it with a super fine grade steel wool. Now the beauty of using this combination is that we'll end up with a really lovely satin finish that's not too glossy.
It's gonna be okay, we're gonna be okay, but maybe it's okay, oh not to be okay, when everything's broken, oh and you don't know if it's gonna be okay.
To attach our floating shelves, I just put a couple of noggins behind the wall before I clattered it. Now, a good tip is just use some masking tape. That sets the height for you, and also it tells you where the centre is. You just need to make sure when you are setting the height that you take into consideration the mattress.
How many cushions should be on a bed? Well, there's no magic number, but what you do want is for them to look really plush and inviting, and the best way to do that is through layering. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm using 2 flat cushions on the bottom, and then just add in your decorative cushions, and you're done. Super comfortable, I think.
It's actually a nice hat. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
Well, you wouldn't think it's the same table. I mean, you wouldn't even think this is the same room.
I know, pretty good, isn't it? It's this layering that I've been talking about the whole time, and I picked up on all the blue tones around the room, which really draws your eye around, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
But it's my time and it's your time and it's our time to get in. Love's calling us in.
Ads, you have done a sensational job on this wall. It looks so on trend, but it's also really classic and timeless.
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. I think these colours are just blowing me away because going from dark to light, it just reminds me of the ocean. It's so peaceful, and really doing a feature wall like this, it's a great cost-effective way of getting this effect.
Yeah, it really is, and I love that you said it reminds you of the ocean, because our brief in this room was to create a calming, tranquil sanctuary for a bedroom, and I think we've really achieved that.
Definitely nailed the brief.
Yes.